Okay, in this video I want to talk about user data and how to use UFiles to store and retrieve user data. So to get started, I'm going to create a UFile in the demo folder, and I'm going to call it first name. Now the module that I'm going to use the first name UFile in is going to be a very simple example of a survey. So I'm going to call this survey tailoring because the first part of this module is going to be a simple survey, and the second part will be a tailored message based on the data of the survey. Okay, so first I'm going to open the module up in the setup view and add the UFile that I just created called first name, sorry. The alias here is how you access the UFile in the module code, and so I'm going to shorten that up a bit and call it fname. Okay, now I'm going to open the survey tailoring module in the in-browser development environment, and I'm going to create in the document tree, the node tree here, a vertical layout container, and then the contents of the vertical container will be laid out vertically. And the real reason I'm doing this is that I want to have a little bit, I want to be able to apply CSS to the container here to apply a padding, a border around the around these elements, and the root node doesn't currently have CSS. Okay, so this node, content node, leaf node, I'm going to call the survey, and the second one here I'm going to call tailored message. Now the survey is going to have some HTML, some JavaScript, and they're both going to have a little bit of logic as well. So I'll get started with the HTML, and to save a little bit of time, I just want to copy and paste the HTML. Okay, so I have an input element which is going to be a text box to capture the first name, and an input element which is a submit button and an instruction. So if I look at that, I see please complete the survey and the submit button. Alright. The JavaScript accompanying this is going to look like this. And what it does is finds a submit button and applies the onClick method, this function here, which gets the value out of the first name text area, that was this one, and if it has a length equal to 0, it says you have to answer that question. But if it's not equal to length 0, then it takes the value and saves it to the UFile, which is going to persist that data to the server. So this is the Sales API. Go get the UFile named fname, set the value to this fname here. Okay, and then I'm going to call js.rerender because I want the logic, which we haven't written yet, but I want the logic to be re-rendered after the survey is completed. So in the logic node, I'm going to say, well, actually I'm going to leave the logic nodes till last. I'll put the HTML into the tailored message next, which says hello fname, and what we have here is the syntax for accessing UFile values in the HTML, and that is to have a UFile tag, and inside to put the alias of the UFile. As an aside, and you'll see this in the documentation, if I say path to some property, and I've I'll open this UFile up real quick and show you. The script here is empty, so there's no additional properties added to this UFile, but I can use this script effectively to add properties to the UFile and access them either in the JavaScript or in the HTML. Alright, so at the moment what we have is we have a survey node that looks like the one you see highlighted on the right, and a tailored message that looks like this. And because there's no value here, I guess I might as well answer it and click submit, and you can see that the value here is filled in with whatever I put. Alright, so the last step then to making this feel like a survey and a response message, I'm going to add a little bit of logic to each of these. So the logic determines whether or not that node is displayed, and so I'm going to return js.uFile.fname val length. If it's equal to 0, display the survey. And the tailored message, I'm going to display if it's length greater than 0. Alright, so now when I see it, I should just see the tailored message. And most viewers are going to view this not in the authoring environment, but in just the viewing environment. And so this is what the tailored message looks like after I've completed the survey. So one last thing I'm going to do is switch to a new browser window and log in under a different user account. So the authoring that I've been doing, my username is jtritz. Over here I've just logged in as Jared. And if I go to that same message in this environment, I haven't completed the survey yet. So it says, oh, you must enter your name. If I try to submit, nothing. And so I say Jared Tritz. I'll put my whole name in there, and it says, hello, Jared Tritz, thanks for completing the survey. Alright, so that's a quick tutorial about how to use UFiles and what they are. Thanks for watching.